Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. We'll begin in 60 seconds.
Take the day off with me. Come and take it off with me. Take the day off with me. Take the day off. Get on trap free. Trapping with my friend right here. That's what I say. The past St. Jack's ending up to nothing. Everybody loves it with me. Okay, yeah. When mom cut off your welfare, I was there. Holding you down, mama. Holding you down. When I left you alone, I was there. Everybody knows I was there. You wanna call me out now? Still loving you like I'm loving the sound. Yes, I'll still be there. Them found ass niggas ain't here right now. Who loves you now? And who loves you now? And who loves you now? Take the day off with me. Take the day off with me. Take the day off with me. Take the day off. Take the day off with me. Maybe the whole fucking year. Oh, Leon, bitch, I'm fucking prepared. This is my love song when I'm drunk off the beer. I love you, bitch. I'm the... Start from the beginning. Yeah. You gotta bust pants, don't catch no feelings. I come through with the style that's always revealing. From the block like the TikTok, don't stop.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd, and we're waiting on Wesley to join the show in the backstage. So until then, I've been actually listening to Tucker Carlson's latest YouTube video. If you get a chance to go check it out, it's over in my Telegram. It's titled ICE Protests and Antifa Riots. Tucker Carlson warns of total destruction if America doesn't act fast, discussing skirting civil war. So Tucker is very articulate, so I like listening to him. He oddly has his mind works a little bit different than a lot of people's I've noticed. So yeah, go check that out. Very interesting. It's an hour and 15 minutes. I'm 30 minutes into it. And yeah, our country, it's going up in flames, folks, and it's up to us, man. It's us, okay? I cannot harp on it any harder than I can. As long as you guys out there stay divided, you're going to get your just desserts. I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty. This is going to be so ugly, so scary. And I'm not trying to put fear in anybody, but, you should be prepared. And, nobody's trying to stop this. As I said, it's logistically impossible to deport all the illegal immigrants without AI getting involved. It's no freaking way a human can do it. There's not enough humans to do it. That's what AI. That's why I say this is the entrance of the surveillance state. And if you listen to the video I did earlier, I was listening to Trump talk to all the independent journalists regarding, all the times they've been attacked, and all that does is just add more ammunition for them to come in and create more of a surveillance state. And it's coming. They're putting it out there, and they're using the catastrophe of illegal immigration, all this civil unrest in these blue cities, states. And it's getting pretty worrisome for those in those cities. I can't imagine being in the city. I was watching, Tucker was showing pictures of what's going on in Chicago. And I was talking to James Lovett when I had him on my show. We were talking afterward or before, and he's up there in Wisconsin. He was like, "Oh yeah, they throw rocks at cop cars." That's as common as seeing a cop car. I'm like, I mean, he didn't use that analogy, but that's a thing to throw rocks at cop cars. If you did that shit here in Houston, Texas, they'd probably get out and shoot you. And I would fully expect them to do that. And by the way, if you didn't catch my earlier show, they found a 15th body in the bayou. Yeah, they found another one last night or today or something. So, yeah, 15 bodies in 2025. So you can't tell me that there's something nefarious going on here in Houston, Texas. It's a crazy world, folks. For those of you who have parents or grandparents that are going through some issue that, when we were younger, we never heard of these, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes. None of those were really a thing. Yeah, you might have heard somebody might have it, but it was like a rare disease. Now it's as common as the cold. So a lot of people have pre-existing conditions where they're either at the mercy of the United States government through Medicaid and Medicare, or to their insurance company. And we're going to deny you and make you appeal it and fight us for it. So there's a lot of different aspects of what we're going to talk about tonight that affect a lot of people. Because most people are not going to be able to afford to take care of their parents and grandparents who are going through these terminal conditions. Some, I have friends of my own whose parents or parent, now has to have somebody that they know with them 24 hours a day. They cannot be left alone. They just freak out. So somebody in their family, and they alternate. And this is, taking them out of their lives. Some of the, you're in your, what they call the golden years. You're supposed to be enjoying life. You're retired. Now it's time to go see the world and go dote on your grandkids and feed them full of sugar and boom, kick them back to your kids and go, ha, 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 ha. Payback's on, right? When somebody in their family becomes ill. And diabetes, okay, that's a big thing on the horizon. Now, you should all be aware that the predictions from economists are that. Are you ready? Obesity is going to be the highest cost in the United States. Yeah, absolutely. Taking care of these obese people. Well, it all goes back to the food. And don't for a minute think that we got a new administration and they're going to make America healthy again, because if they would have done that, they would have day one, as soon as Trump said, okay, I'm the prez. Next executive order, all chemicals, right? All chemicals, all artificial flavorings, all artificial dyes, all artificial sweeteners, all artificial anything, no longer allowed in food. Day one, but didn't happen. You can still go buy all that same garbage and poison at the store. So this is where we're at. That some of you are really going to have a need down here down the road. And you're going to have to make a tough life decision when it comes to your family about who you're going to take care of and what you can afford to do. Because I personally know people who didn't want to do that, and they lost a relative due to neglect because they were kind of trapped in that little layer of adequate medical care. So this is something that's coming on in the future. And listen, this isn't for everybody, and I don't want it to be for everybody. And I'm not looking for 3 million views. So don't even go there with that. This is about the quality of people who really want to do this, can do this, and need to do this, and going to see it to fruition. We're looking for quality over quantity. We don't need 3,000 people. We don't even need 3 people. Okay. We're just looking for a handful of people that are committed, comprehend what's going on, and can effectuate it and move over and operate privately in the public. That's what this is all about. This doesn't apply to anything commercial. So if you have a commercial business building that it's not going to cover that. If you have a business already existing, it's not going to cover your employees. So it doesn't apply that. This applies you, your trust, or your entity, whatever you have set up. There may be some ways that you can use it. I don't know. We're going to dive into all this with Wesley. We're going to talk about it at length. I encourage each and every one of you, go over here to the comment section, ask questions. Please ask questions, okay? Get it out of the way so you don't have to send Wesley an email and he has to stop doing what he's doing to answer your email. I know he would be more than happy to do that, but that's why we're doing the show. That's why he's on here now, so he can answer your question. Wesley is very punctual, prescient, and I'm not going to say he's free with his time, but he's generous with his time. I'm very proud to be associated with Wesley. He's one of the good guys in the community. You never hear anybody have any problems with him. You never hear any gossip, any bullshit. So there's, a handful of us out there that, try to stay on that straight and narrow path because there's plenty of people trying to pull us off. Believe me, people that we associate with sometimes, yeah, I take everybody at face value. If I really have to go investigate you, then, it's probably got a problem right up front. That's why I tell you folks, I don't have very many friends, don't want friends. I'm not out trying to meet new people and all of that for that reason. Everybody has a motive. I'm a target. I realize that. So, Wesley's great guy. Okay. Every time I've talked to him or spoken to other people out there in the community who, let's say leaders, they're influencers, they're running classes. They have a social media platform where they have, several hundred, if not several thousand subscribers. And they always have something, good to say about Wesley. So I'm not here just to pump him up and promote him. I just want you guys to know, because when we're talking about health, medical, vision, and dental, those are some really important things, because if your vision goes, man, now you're blind, okay? Your teeth start falling out, you start having problems, then you might not be able to get a job, might not be able to eat correctly. Then it comes to your health. But what I'm experiencing, and, God bless my parents, they're not around anymore, but have they been around? They're at that age where I would probably have to be taking care of them. Maybe changing their diapers. That's what this looks like, folks. So there's a lot of things on the horizon that you should be looking at. If this is something for you, please contact Wesley. And without further ado, hey, it's my great honor to present Wesley Keith Mullings to the show. How you doing, my brother?
How's it going? Good to see you, Floyd.
It's rolling. I'm orange today. I'm getting ready for
all right.
Yeah, my pagan holiday.
Sure.
How you doing, my brother?
Doing well.
Good.
Yes, I gotta say, and I was listening to your lead up, and I appreciate, everything that you said about how others have seen what I'm doing. I'm also paying attention to what's going on. I know what's going on today with this government shutdown and the reason why they're shutting everything down or allowing things to be shut down is because of healthcare. And it's a major issue. But instead of looking at it from the lens of uh, what's going to be given to other people, to be able to have something that changes the landscape where I would be able to have the health care that I need without needing to depend on the government is a very powerful position. So that way I can get things done, even in an emergency, without having to worry about, you know, delays or what's going to be covered, what's not going to be covered, or anything that anyone would think would interfere with the Hippocratic Oath, which is to heal everyone to where they can, be capable again.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that uh, I didn't realize how big this was until just recently. I had to euthanize one of my pets, and the bill came in at $10,000, and it was on a weekend, a Saturday. Of course, the banks weren't open, and they're like, "Okay, well, we'll take a credit card." And it's like, how am I going to get? If I don't have the credit card available, how would I be able to take care of what I need to do for my pet in this kind of situation? You won't give me until Monday. And they're like, well, no, this, that, the other. And I'm like, wow, that's terrible. You know, as a policy, that's pretty terrible.
Right.
And it had me to kind of scale up to think about, well, what if that sort of choice would be posed to someone that's, this may be happening to a loved one. It may not be a child, may not be an elderly person, might be just somebody who had to deal with something, some unfortunate incident that is just a regular average adult. But you're posed with this, well, we're not going to take them to the hospital until you can pay this particular $1,000 or $1,500 bill. Well, I didn't bring that with me, or I don't have that available. So what? I'm supposed to just allow, this friend or loved one to die on the street because I can't pay the ambulance to take them to the hospital? So it's a huge. I didn't realize how far this could reach. But being able to have a system put in place like this self-insurance for healthcare, or assurance as we're calling it, it has very far-reaching effects that I think are going to catch a lot of people's attention, especially once they start participating with this.
Well, let's assume the audience has never seen the auto video or the renters and homeowners insurance video or the first video that we did. And they're just coming on new and they're like, what are they talking about? Health assurance? What did he say? So let's break it off to them, explain to them exactly what we're doing here.
Okay. So what this program is this is a pre-funded program that shows or exhibits financial responsibility to the tune of the initial of $5 million, and it can be stacked with $5 million blocks on top in order to have the financial backing that you will be able to take care of whatever your healthcare needs are with these funds. The program is dependent upon the family or the household having a trust in place. It is the bonds are 10 years of maturity date. And whatever is unused on those bonds at their maturity date is unconditionally transferred or assigned to the state that it's filed in for the use of that state, with a minimum, which is also written up as a part of the bond order, a minimum of $25,000 that goes to the state for the 10-year service. If the bonds are used up to where it hits the $25,000, that's the remainder on the bond, then the bond, then another bond needs to be deposited to the state to continue service. The deciding factor for getting a particular claim filled or fulfilled or satisfied actually comes back to the maker of the package. So instead of dealing with bureaucracies, dealing with some oversight board or corporation or people who are not related or connected to you, the decision to approve, deny, or correct a particular claim actually comes back to you, because you should know who you have dealt with in any given situation. These bonds for the healthcare can work in tandem or side by side with some of the other bond products that we work with, that we help you to establish. Auto and homeowners. If you have been injured or somebody else has been injured, I know one popular scenario that people would bring up, and I remember this in the 80s and 90s, where if somebody was walking along your sidewalk, going along the street and slipped on your sidewalk in front of your house, they would try to, hold you responsible for an injury that they slipped and fell in front of your house. This would be a way for you to actually honor that. Not that you want people to bleed you out on your own bonds, but in case it was your own family member or someone you cared about that had that unfortunate situation, this would be a way to help them with whatever their injuries are to getting back to health. There are some additional features that you would be able to utilize, especially, and really all of this is hinging upon you being the decision maker, where instead of being limited, or what people are, they naturally know as a network, being able to have servicers who work in a network, you would be able to go to any provider. So if you have so decided to use Ayurvedic or plant-based remedies or whatever the case may be, in order to get your health to where you wish it to be, you would be able to participate in that kind of program with no limitation and no oversight. All because this is your decision. You are deciding what you would like to utilize for your household. If your household member requires CBD infused whatever it may be, you would be able to finance that. Of course, you would, observe whatever the state may have to say about it. But as far as the financing, you would have that. That wouldn't be a question.
So alternative health care is also covered.
Absolutely.
So like acupuncture, I know acupuncture is not covered by my insurance carrier through Marketplace, but that would be covered.
Acupressure, yes.
Yeah. Red light therapies, some alternative chiropractic.
Yes.
Yeah, all that would be covered. Wow, that's incredible there. So what Wesley basically fundamentally is trying to explain to you. So generally when you have insurance, you have to call and make a claim, right? You got to call your insurance company, and then they contact them. Then the adjuster calls you, says, okay, what's your claim? Give me your story. Hang on, let me turn on the tape recorder. Do you swear to tell truth, whole truth, blah, 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 blah. Well, instead of having to go through all that, guess what? You're the adjuster. You're the insurance company. So you're wearing that hat. So, okay, I want to make a claim. Yeah, okay, there's my claim. Now you just turn your hat around, and now you're the one who authorizes the check. So, boom, you go hit the state treasury up. Hey, I need a check for blah, 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 blah. And there you go.
Easy.
That's how it works. It's real simple. Now, the reason we want quality over quantity, because I'm sure there are going to be people out there that are desperate and going to try to beat the system, as always, cut corners, whatever that looks like. And, that we're not looking for those people. We don't want those people.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're looking for smart, intelligent people that are going to do the right thing at all times. Honor, integrity, and good faith. Come one, come all. If not, stay away. Go play with somebody else. There's plenty of people out there who want to play with you. Believe me. Tons of them out there. Let me go before I forget. What I did, and I didn't do it in the other videos, and I should have, but I went to ChatGPT, and I have the paid subscription, and put in there, hey, what are some common reasons that people could not get insurance for health, dental, and vision? And of course, I had to go round and round with ChatGPT to get its heart right. But I did get it to act right. So let me get over here and show you guys. So health insurance, even as a U.S. citizen, and let me just back up and show you what this damn ChatGPT did, how jaded it is. Okay. What are the legitimate reasons Americans cannot obtain health? And it came over here. And what's the first thing it tells me? Immigration.
Yeah.
Non-residency.
Yes.
Where are you going with all that?
Yes.
So I had to go back and check it. And so here's when it gave me the real answers. Even as a U.S. citizen, you can run into real barriers if your income doesn't fit the system. And I run into a lot of my peers that are having this issue where they make too much money to qualify, and they're paying out the wazoo for their premiums and their office visits and their prescriptions. If your income is too low to qualify for subsidies under the Affordable Care Act and your state didn't expand Medicaid, you fall into the Medicaid gap. No free coverage, no affordable plan. Your income is too high, subsidies phase out, and full price premiums can be unaffordable. Number two, you miss the open enrollment season, which was just now started. I think I got an email a couple of days ago for open enrollment. So between now and I think it's January 20th, they give you a 20-day leeway into 2026 to enroll.
Wow.
But you miss the enrollment date. Outside the ACA enrollment window, you need a qualifying life event, job loss, move, marriage, birth, etc. to sign up. Otherwise, you're locked out until next year. Number three, Employer coverage disqualifies you. If your employer offers affordable coverage by government standards, even if it's garbage, that's GP. That's chat threw that in there. Even if it's garbage, you're blocked from getting subsidized marketplace insurance. Number 4, debt or policy termination. Unpaid premiums from a previous policy can cause denial until balances are cleared. Number 5, state level rules and residency. You must apply in your legal state of residence. If you move or cannot prove residency, e.g. no lease or ID, you can get denied. Moving on to vision insurance. Number 2, vision plans aren't part of essential coverage under federal law. So, number 1, not included in most health plans. It's treated as optional. Number 2, Medicare rarely covers it unless medically necessary, e.g. cataracts, glaucoma. Number 3, private plans may deny you if you've defaulted on premiums or a lack of permanent residence. Number 4, employers don't have to offer it. Many simply don't. Number 3, dental insurance. Same deal, not legally required for adults. Number 1, adult dental not mandated by the Affordable Care Act. Only children are guaranteed coverage. Number 2, Medicaid coverage varies by state, some covering cleanings, others only extractions or emergencies. Number 3, private plans may be unavailable in your zip code or too expensive to buy individually. Number 4, employer plans optional. Many companies skip them. Moving on to number 4, the bureaucratic or administrative barriers. Even when you qualify, these issues can block you. Missing documents, proof of income, ID, or social security number. Glitches on healthcare.gov or state exchanges. Lost paperwork or error from insurances or Medicaid offices. Homelessness or no fixed address, can't receive mail or verification. And number 5, philosophical or personal choice. Not a legal denial, but people still go uninsured because they refuse to buy into the system. They can't afford premiums, even with subsidies. They prefer cash-only medical care or health sharing ministries. And that's where we concluded. So just wanted to share that with you guys for several reasons that people don't have medical coverage, vision or dental. So this opens it's plenty of opportunity to, if you have a pre-existing condition, let's say you need every one of your teeth in your mouth need to be crowned with porcelain crowns. Those are going to cost you about $1,500 a pop, if not upwards of $2,000 a pop per tooth.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And let's just say you want to get an implant or 5. Those are $1,500 to $2,000 per tooth per implant. So it can get quite costly very quickly when you're dealing with dental issues. And then we can go into the whole vision thing, and that's just another whole ball of wax. Obviously, I wear glasses, so I have a problem. I am getting cataracts, so I'm going to have that dealt with at some time. So these are things that, when they say it sucks to get old, it's because your body starts breaking down.
Right.
The functions that you once had, they're just, not there anymore. You start losing those. And it's really disappointing when you're still a high functioning individual brain wise, because your brain's telling you go do that at 100%, and your body's going, oh no, I can only do 70.
Hold on, wait a minute. You forgot.
Yeah. But now, listen to this, folks. When you're on this protocol, okay, if you go to a naturopath or a certified health nutritionist, like, I'm going to be through Global Healing, and they assign you a protocol, boom, guess what? There you go. All that's going to be paid for. So when you see all these elite taking all these specified drugs and supplements to live longer, to stay younger, to stay healthier. Guess what? All that's available to you now. You got PTSD, you got, some kind of trauma issues. Now you can go down to Mexico and get an ibogaine treatment. Absolutely. They don't offer it in the States. Now you can afford to go down there. There's so many different things you can do. Stem cells. Imagine if you needed stem cells. You could utilize this to go get real stem cell therapy and get it on a regular basis. Not just one shot. I mean, if you want to go every month, you could go every month. Not only would it pay for the procedure, transportation, housing, all of that, right?
The whole thing.
There you go, folks. This is what this is looking like. Since 1913, we've allowed to be governed, we've allowed to be ruled, medicated, taxed, mortgaged. Yeah.
A lot of people may not consider this or may not have considered this, but the things that we even choose to ingest on a daily basis, the stuff that, folks have been complaining about for years, trying to avoid things like, what's been touched by Monsanto or some other something that deals with or introduces microplastics to your system, or some other something that contributes to a condition years later.
Fluoride water.
Right, fluoride water. If you wanted to, in order for you to avoid fluoride water, for example, you would be able to start getting bottled water from a particular supplier on a regular basis as a healthcare choice. You would be able to use these bonds to do so.
So you could actually get a whole house water filtration system. You get one put in on your counter, water distiller,
yeah,
hyperbaric chamber in your house. And if you want to see one, I'll be over at my buddy's house Halloween. He's throwing a big blowout.
Nice.
He has one. Yeah, he's a rock star for sure. Yeah. For real.
Other things. I mean, let's look at some other things. Like if you needed to have a sauna installed, 1 or 2 person, or maybe 3. If you needed a steam shower installed. If you needed, if you needed to have either a gym membership or build a gym in your house, you would be able to use these funds in order to establish that.
Wow. That's crazy. You could even, that's like a remodel edition add-on that you could.
Add-on, right. There are plenty of solutions that are available.
Swimming pools, hot tubs.
I mean, not everything is pleasure. Some things are medicinal.
Sure, yeah.
Things are going to help you to recover.
Absolutely.
So you can open your mind to more and new types of remedies that you might be able to utilize this with. Wow. And to have $5 million to start and 5 million blocks to build upon, what could you not do to preserve your household's life?
Yeah, I mean, literally, okay, you could use that funds to join a spa where, you could go get an hour massage because it's part of your, monthly program.
Once a month, yes. Yes.
Every day, you want to go do Pilates, or you want to go do yoga or hot yoga, all these things that are paid, Stretch Zone. That's another one, where you go get stretched all day.
Oh, Yeah, the stretch therapist. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been watching the YouTube videos where they do that. They have people that help you to stretch.
Yep.
And they're
Absolutely.
kinesiologists that specialize in this. That's their study.
Yeah. And
You
this is
know?
what I tell everybody that's, you're a mature adult. Okay. You're over 40. Well, if you're over 40, obviously if you're a male, your testosterone starts declining. For women, you're entering, the new phase of life with menopause. And this is the time when we should be excelling as human beings, when we should really be focusing on our body, because unknowingly we've been abusing it for the last 40 years. You might have a drug problem, drinking problem like I did, and just went balls to the wall on everything. But now it's time to prolong your life. So, once we do get past the retirement thing, whatever that looks like for you, that you can go live a full, happy life. Wouldn't it be nice to get up every morning and, go eat a nice breakfast somewhere and then go start your day of therapy, rehabilitation? You may go to a gym and have a trainer meet you there. Y'all do leg day. Tomorrow you do back day. Next day you'll do, upper body day, whatever that looks like for you. And then you're done working out, go get a massage, go do Pilates, go to get stretched, go to hot yoga. I mean, you could just do this all day long, every day. Oh, I need to go get a manicure and pedicure because all part of it, right?
I may need to change my diet to pescatarian and be able to maintain that with, this program, these bonds.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back and look at that. Okay, the $5 million bond. We haven't even showed it. I haven't even done the screen share for it. Let me pull it up. There we go. Healthcare. All right. Now this is going to be appealing to a lot of my peers because they're at that age where those silicone and saline implants just too big and cumbersome and need to be redone.
Yeah, get it removed.
So here you go, $4,250. That's the low end of an implant. But you got to get it rebuilt. And you want to go to one of the best. You don't want to go just to anyone.
Right.
So, ladies, if you are a former stripper or a former trophy, and you got blessed, and your blessing has outrun its livelihood, there you go. So this would be something for you. You'd be able to follow it up. Hey, 10 years, you need to go get another one. You could go in that 9th year and get them redone. Or if you want, guess what? Plastic surgery.
Tattoo removal.
There you go. You don't like your nose. You don't like your jaw. Oh, is your hair falling out? Go bald?
A replacement. Yeah. Absolutely.
This is what it's looking like, folks, where, the world's your oyster. That's what these bonds allow you to do. They allow you to wear both hats. You want to make the call. It seems to be, as long as you're within the category and you're not trying to, skate the system. And it seems to me that the system is very generous in its allowance for what you can utilize, as long as you don't abuse it. If you're going to build, if you live in a 1-bedroom shack on cinder blocks and you want to build a $5 million physical therapy, gym, sauna, whatever attachment, that might fly, but might not.
The key of it is to being a good steward of these bonds, to ensuring that they last for the 10 years.
Right. And don't abuse it. because you don't want to kill it for everybody else.
Right.
You don't want more regulation. We don't want these legislatures to dive in and, stick their nose in where, hey, you already stuck your nose in. We're happy with what we got. So we're just going to leave it right there, guys. No reason to poke the bear.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know how they are. Once they think that you're getting over on them, they're going to shut everything down.
One
Dude,
thing that I'd like to say about, because I saw that you had put up something about the ACA. In dealing with regulation when it comes to this, and I'm pretty sure some people would probably think, hey, well, would the state have a problem with this at all? The thing that we are doing is something that is not the same as insurance.
Right.
It is called assurance. Why is it assurance? Because we are pre-funding these bonds. Insurance is a gamble that is saying we will pay out based on a pool of everyone else contributing to the same pool. And whoever needs it, when that needs comes up, they'll be able to, we'll choose who gets paid out.
Right.
Whereas with this, it's already pre-funded. So there's no gamble involved.
There's no risk.
So right, that takes the risk out of any thoughts of insurance in its traditional sense. So you would be able to get paid out dollar for dollar on that bond, whatever you put in.
Right. You take the decision making from somebody else who's, who knows what their motives are, and you put it in your hands, your control, where you are the decision maker at all times.
Exactly.
So, all right. Now, a lot of people, when y'all go to Wesley's website and it's down here, you see the banner rolling down here. Okay. It has his trust website, wkmtrust.com, as well as the JOT form for the self-assurance. And let me go pop that up for you guys so we can run through it, because I know when you go look at it and you look at everything that's required, the first thing you're going to do is like, oh, I'm not sending him all my information, because he's asking for sensitive information right up front. So let's just go through this real quick. This right here, I just copied and pasted it. As you can see, that's all this is in the banner, except for the surplusage right here on each one of these. With some videos, and I think these are our videos that I still haven't been able to do. But anyway, here you go. These are the products. Just click on what you want. If you want auto, house, and I believe this is unlimited, so you could put 25 in there if you wanted to. This one's limited to 5 max. It totals everything up for you. As you see. So you're going to put in your information in here, and this goes only to Wesley, your trust address, because you cannot do this without a trust. That's the main thing, folks. If you don't have a trust, you need a trust. If you want to get one from me, that's fine. If you don't, I'm cool with that as well. I'm not tripping. He's going to ask for your social security number, the alpha numerical character that's on the back in red. Generally, it starts with a G. Sometimes if you've done a process, it'll have an H. Your TDA account number, if you have one. Your trust EIN, any files that you want to deposit as well. If you've done a UCC1, add that. I see you've added some things to this. Tracking number and payment methods, debit or credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and submit. Now, if you have a problem with doing any of this and you would like to have a conversation with Wesley, he will be more than happy to discuss with you at length to assure you exactly what you're getting, how you're getting it, why you're getting it, and what he needs the information for. I know a lot of people, you're quite hesitant about dropping $4,200 on anybody. And I wouldn't, just out of the blue require somebody to do that. So I encourage you, if you have any qualms, hesitations, questions, ask them now, or you can email Wesley. What's your email address, Wesley?
lawandbanking@gmail.com.
lawandbanking@gmail.com.
That's correct. A-N.
Pardon me?
A-N-D.
And spelled out.
Right.
There you go. I'll put that in the description below. I don't think it's in there, or your other email might be in there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Is there anything that we have not covered that you'd like to address?
Oh, I don't think. Well, I've said it before, but we'll go over it again.
Okay.
One of the things that this program will be able to afford you is, unlike any other life insurance policy or program or other process, whatever the case may be, this is going to be the only program that allows you or affords you the ability to take care of end of life preparation. Before need, at need, or aftercare. Does not matter. You'll be able to use these healthcare bonds in order to facilitate that. So if you have a family member that does pass away, you'll be able to apply this to that. If you have therapy that might be necessary for those who are in bereavement, you'll be able to apply this to that. If you have other, provisions that you might want to afford those who are left behind for what has happened with that loved one passing on, you would be able to establish and have that process put together. So that way, let's say if you are, I'll just use a generic scenario. If you're a father, you have a wife, you have kids, and God forbid, your wife passes away under this program. You have, I would imagine 10, 15 million, three of these bonds put together. So you would end up with 15 million that you would have available. You would be able to take care of her funeral expenses, to include either interment or what was the other one? Cremation. You would be able to take care of any bereavement needs for the children and yourself, even including mental health for everyone. And that might extend into years, but you would be able to do that on these bonds. And for the loved one that, I mentioned interment, I mentioned cremation. What if if they decided, in their last wishes, you know what, I want to do the tree implanting, or my remains be a part of the roots of a tree, something to that effect. You would be able to get that done without having to go to GoFundMe or Cash App in order to get people to contribute to get that done for you. No other program that I know of will be able to get this done.
And that looks like whatever your imagination can dream up. If you want to have a huge celebration and take everybody to Papa's Steakhouse after the services, and you want to build basically a mausoleum that you can actually walk into and sit down and do whatever you want to do, pray over your loved ones, you can build that. It's you're not restricted. The restrictions, it's you.
Right. Your own imagination or what you know.
Right. Or what's reasonable. Let's call it that. What's reasonable? Because you okay, my mom died, and guess what? I'm going to go buy this lot, and I'm going to bury her under the foundation, and I'm going to build a $10 billion mansion on top of it as a mausoleum to my mom, right? No, that's not
a little extra.
It sounded good. I want to be close to mom forever.
Right.
So yeah, as long as it's reasonable, nobody should blink an eye. All you have to do is just say, what has somebody else done? If somebody else has done it, you can probably do it. They probably paid out of their own pocket to get it done. Something as opulent as whatever your imagination is. I know people who their will was that the specific band come play for their funeral. I've seen it. Yeah, they say, hey, I want one big party. Everybody come drink on me. We're gonna have a band, and we're just gonna blow out in celebration of life.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, this can look like whatever you want to look like. You want to have a big barbecue cook-off, or crawfish boil, shrimp boil, fish fry. It's your imagination.
No limits.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's many different aspects of how these bonds work, and we're going to continue with the series on this. We're going to dive in some more. I really wish you guys would have some comments and questions so we could cover it, because I know you guys have comments and questions. Even an idea. Hey, can I use it on this? What do you think about that? Yeah, we'd be really happy to answer that. Like I said, it's just your imagination. All right, well, let's wrap this up. We're at an hour, so that's a good time.
Sure.
Not over long, and we're right at that sweet spot. So anything you want to close with?
I guess as far as any kind of elective medical conditions, Floyd brought up, silicone implants. I actually thought of the young man, I think it's 2 young men that have done it already, that they were short and they extended their limbs over a period of time, and they said it was like either $80,000 or $100,000 to do it. Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, that's a thing where they go in and they put little pieces of bone in there and graft it and slowly just jack them up. 3 inches is a lot to some people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, just go look at the future of medicine and what that looks like, and what, like everybody's talking about, med beds, you could probably buy your own med bed if you can find one.
Yeah. That's the key. If you can find one that actually does what it says it does. Yeah.
And when people, I tell everybody, work on your health. That's your number one issue, is your health. Because if you're not going to survive, what are you doing? You already feeling foul. This is for us, because the times we're going through, we can outlive this, what we're getting ready to go through. And I don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't look good. It just doesn't. but we want to come out on the side healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yeah.
And some of these supplements and these detox programs, and you can detox your blood, your gut, your liver, your kidneys, your skin. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Heavy metal detox. They add up. You know, some of these supplements, you know, they're $80 for a bottle, and if you need a whole bunch of them, you know, dang, you're $800 on supplements, and you still don't have all that you need. Well,
Right.
guess what? With companies, and I'm going to promote my boy, Dr. Ed Group with Global Healing. You can get on a subscription, monthly subscription, where they automatically send you the same stuff over and over. So if you want to get on a detox cycle every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks, they send you that cleanse so you can continually do your cleansings. You can continually get your supplements that you need, and he has some of the best in the world. So these are the things that you can utilize these bonds for, to prolong your life, to live longer, be healthier, be more energetic, have a sharper mind, because all this technology, all these supplements that are available, they're just out of the price range of most people. Now, for the insurance, I'm just going to tell you, because I've been eyeballing auto insurance, what that looks like. But the healthcare, I'm on a good healthcare plan through the marketplace for a reason. So that really wouldn't pertain to me yet, but definitely the renter's insurance and the auto, those do. Is the health something that I would look to in the future? Yes, absolutely. Just because of the extensive availability of all the amenities that marketplace doesn't cover, as we've gone into, you know, a gym or gym membership, putting in a sauna, putting in a weight room, putting in a hyperbaric chamber, whatever that looks like for you, massages, all of that. Doesn't that sound too good to be true?
It's a beautiful thing to be able to have as an option. I mean,
it's available now. Okay, I know everybody is not sitting on $850, $4,200, or $2,500. You can utilize PayPal and pay it in quarterly installments. You can use, what's the other one? Klarna,
right.
and make payments through them. And I'm sure you could probably put it on a credit card and then, you know, pay that crazy interest rate. Yeah. But we're trying to find, and I'm not making a dime out of this. I'm not involved. All I did was see Wesley present this about 6 weeks ago. I was like, hey, what's that all about? When I heard it, I was like, oh, well, I need to turn my audience onto this. So that's my involvement in this. I'm just here helping out, helping the community out, because I want to see this work.
Yeah.
I want to see people utilize the bonds. I want to see them moving on. I want to see them happy, because there's going to be a group of people that are so enlightened and so well protected, okay, and so well prepared that they're going to survive anything that comes to this country, whatever that looks like, whether it's a domestic invasion, a foreign invasion, or our own government turning on us. There's going to be a handful of us. So that's what we're trying to prepare for. That's why I'm not looking for quantity over quality.
Right.
Looking for those people who can do this, stay with this, and, you know, want to stay with like-minded individuals and survive this and come out on top. Take care of their kids like what Wesley's doing. Take care of your grandkids. So, well, thank you very much, Wesley. I really appreciate you coming on. And you want to do this again next Wednesday, or you want to take a week off?
Well, I mean, it's all, if you'd like to, we can. We certainly can.
I'm not scheduled for anything next Wednesday, but I may want to bump it to another day.
That's fine.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he's a former state representative here in Texas, and I've known him.
Right.
Yeah, I've known him ever since he's a kid. And Wednesdays they have a Bible study, and I want to go start attending that. And
sure.
just to go get. trying to get more involved in my community, trying to get out of the house more, do things. I've been stuck in a hot minute. Yeah. So expand my horizons, meet some new people. That's it.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. All right, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Again, if y'all want to reach him, just look in the description below. I'll have his email address in there, and you can always go to the JOP form. That's over. That's in the description below. And it is self-insurance. And if you can't reach Wesley for some reason, y'all know how to get a hold of me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com, fearlessfloydshow.com. Go to the bottom of my website, and you'll get my phone number. Call me. I'm more than happy to talk to you. Wesley, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Floyd. I really appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next week, I guess.
All right. Sounds good. I look forward to it.
There you go, everybody. Wesley Keith Mullings, WKMTrust.com is his website. And the JOT form, let me go pop that up for you guys so you can see the address. I'm going to put over here in the comments for you, too. Let me do that real quick in the comments. How you doing, Buffy? I popped in on you earlier. There you go. There's the JOP form. Let me share my screen. Right here. That's the website. It's going to take you over here. And again, if you don't want to do this first initial step because of the information that you have to provide without getting more information from Wesley, reach out to myself or Wesley, and we'll get you where you need to go. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't watched my videos that I did earlier today, you should probably go watch them, and you should probably listen to what our administration is really, really doing. Because I'm hearing both sides of the mouth. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I have a new outro coming up. It's much shorter than my 4-minute outro. So if you don't want to stick around for that, you guys know what to do on the way out the door. If I don't see you before the weekend, everybody have a safe and happy weekend. God bless you, and I'll see you next.
I come through with the style that's always prevalent, from the block like the TikTok don't stop. I was that shorty, you know she was non-stop. I had the hot clot, chilling like a real god. Everybody know Big One was a show shot. You get high with the Don, here's the real supply. You get high with the Don, here's the real supply. It goes on, ain't no fucking questions why. The gangster of love, get the real fucking supply. What? She came through, giving me more than I can tell you. Everybody knows the next level. I'm so clever. Take the day off. Take the day off. Yeah. Get high on your own supply. Feel like a dime when you do or die. Just get high on my own supply. Cold do or die when I'm feeling like why. Choose a dime piece. Yes, one of a kind. Holler at me, I was one of a kind. We had a bill, throw the shoes to the side. Come on, throw them shoes to the side. Take the day off with me. Come and take it off with me. Take the day off with me. Take the day off. Get on trap free. Trap it with my saying right here. That's what I say. The past set jacks to ending up to nothing. Everybody loves it with me. Okay, yeah. When mom cut off your welfare, I was there. Holding you down, mama. Holding you down. When it left you alone, I was there. Everybody knows I was there. You wanna call me out now? Still loving you like I'm loving the sound. Yes, I'll still be there. Them found ass niggas ain't here right now. Who loves you now? And who loves you now? And who loves you now? Take the day off with me. Take the day off with me.